weather outside is frightful.
It's snowing.
It is. I don't like it. We live in the desert for a reason. What's all this stuff, guys? Snow?
Yeah, no.
How do you guys feel about it being little desert babies? You like it? You want to play with it? So I just learned something too, like, we know that Phoenix got hit way worse than we did. Dana just informed me that about the flights.
We're rerouting Phoenix flights into Tucson.
And we don't got that big of an airport here. It's an international airport, but a teeny one. I know, the building site, right?
There was snow falling off the wire, so just big straight piece just dropped.
Snowman sighting. Don't do it. And just like that, all the snow is gone. Well, it was a brief winter wonderland here in Tucson. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tommy's Tesla Tech and Travel. And today's kind of special. We're going to hit all three topics. We're going to go over a couple things as far as the Tesla goes and some more of the tech stuff I've done recently and kind of encountered recently. And we're going to talk about travel here. But while we're in the car, I want you to take a second and just take a listen. I don't know if you can hear all that wind noise. That's actually a lot worse than the wind noise used to be in the car. And it's been that way ever since I had my windshield replaced. Now I've looked, the windshield seems pretty much tight and secure on everywhere. I mean, I've washed the car twice since I've gotten it replaced. There's no leaks, no nothing, but that wind noise has become more prevalent the more I drive around, especially here on the freeway. Of course, now that I'm saying it's not as bad as it initially was when I first got in the car, but as soon as I get up at speeds, anywhere from 65 to 70, that wind noise gets pretty loud, which actually might influence our decision on what car we're taking on our trip here pretty soon. So I would always say when you get your windows replaced in the Tesla, and that was a video we just did a little while back when we had that big crack in our windshield, I would say monitor the wind noise because there's so much glass in the car. Wind noise was always a problem to begin with, but when they have to replace a piece of that glass, to me it seems a little bit worse than it was before, but I don't think it's worse enough where I can go in and say, hey, redo my windshield. It's a rock and a hard place, unfortunately. So just a little Tesla tip there. If you have any kind of glass repaired, I would say take that first day or two and really make sure the wind noise isn't any worse. In fact, if I could go back, what I would have done was driven around right before taking it in to get the glass replaced and actually recorded in the car both audio and just video with audio and what have you, so I can compare and contrast when I got it replaced to see if it was worse or better or the same. But we live, we learn. That's a lesson from me and what I went through, passing it on to you. The next part is tech, and I don't have these just yet. They should be arriving in the mail here pretty soon. But I saw something that's, I think, going to be a lot nicer when it comes to our new microphone setup. As you can see here, I got the Rode microphone, the Go Wireless 2s. And I've been really impressed with them so far, especially with their battery life, the sound quality, like everything about them has been really awesome. Downside is I do really like to record with my Canon G7X Mark II, but there's no external audio option. The G7X Mark III does have an audio input, but no like cold shoe mount to really mount the receiver to the camera itself. But the only thing that's been a real hindrance to me with these microphones is how big and bulky they are. And I don't want to look like a schmuck, y'all. That's not my goal ever. But I was watching a YouTuber the other day, a very prominent one who does Disney vlogs and theme park vlogs, and and I noticed they had like a little black spot on their shirt. And that's when I realized that little black spot said Rode. Then it clicked with me, having watched this person's videos before, they actually were using the same microphones we were. So I did a little more research and found out there is it's made by Rode, so it's not a third party, but there's a secondary product you can buy to go with these that attaches itself to the clip, aka the cold shoe mount / clip on the microphone, to turn it into a magnet one where you can put the microphone on the inside of your shirt and put the magnet on the outside so it draws less attention to it. Because with my goal with a lot of the vlogging stuff is not necessarily for people to see me vlogging, but to go and capture things in the moment and in the real time and from my point of view for the most part. So The more discretion I have with the way I'm recording, the better. That's why I like recording with the GoPro. That's why I like recording with the G7X, because they're, for all intents and purposes, they're smaller and they draw less attention. But I also love the camera quality. On both of them, the audio could be better, hence the microphones. I will give the G7X a little bit of credit though. I think the built-in microphone is a lot better than most. You just gotta get that little windsock, which I have over the top, which I'll insert the video or picture right here so you can see what I'm talking about. And that was relatively cheap. I think I paid $3 or $4 for, I think, 10 of those. And I've only had to use one so far. I should probably change it soon. So it was really a cool little trick to keep the wind noise out. And the last part's travel. But let's make a quick stop here. We gotta trade cars out. We're gonna go from the Tesla to the Explorer. So we switched off cars with Dana. She took the Explorer to work initially today, but when I realized how much stuff I actually have to purchase for today, for the party tomorrow, I needed the larger capacity of, yeah, we need the bigger car. Let's put it that way. Next stop is Costco, but first I think we're gonna get some lunch today. Your boy's starving. And I actually have a real day off, sort of. I mean, I'm full of errands, but still a day off. You know, it's amazing. I forget sometimes coming to Costco, you really gotta be a master of like Krav Maga or just hand-to-hand combat. As a guy who grew up in not the best of neighborhoods when it comes to like, you know, safety and people wanting to hurt you, it blows my mind how suburban Costco is probably more violent than any neighborhood I grew up in. I heard at least a dozen arguments. It's Costco, people. It's really not that serious. We all need our paper plates in bulk, I guess. Have you guys ever been driving down the freeway and see like an accident and your first thought is, how is that even possible? I just passed with one of those. A car was completely turned the wrong way around, not on its side, but close. You can tell it got, I don't know, but either way, it was leaning to the side, facing the opposite way of traffic, and a semi was pulled off to the side, and another car was up there with like a pushed in back, the trunk area. But just looking at the damage on all the cars and the way that one was turned, how did that even happen?
Say happy birthday to you.
You did it!
I don't know, I know some pretty gross girls.
Chuck, how's your cake?
Good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Tell Mama thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Charlie, what do you say to everybody?
Thank you.
Tell them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, toddlers' birthdays. It's nice to have family around. It's nice to do all this stuff, but I'm ready for a nap already. Let's do this. Since we're having a party, let's do something stupid and crazy and wild and try something disgusting. Well, the noise I just heard from my mother-in-law wasn't good. Ready?
It tastes great.
What is it? What is that?
A mistake.
It tastes
All right, here, Dana's gonna try it.
Might as well be. There's no way. It's like having a cup of sugar.
Well, waste not, want not. Cheers. Ugh.
Yeah, we'll drink.
I guess everybody should try it once to make their own opinion, but I didn't like Peeps to begin with, and this is absolutely, well, I'll stick to regular Pepsi. So earlier in the video, I talked about a little accessory I got to help out with my new microphones, my Rode Go Wireless 2s. Well, as I alluded to earlier, well, then alluded to, I flat out told you, they're a little too big and a little too bulky for me to feel like inconspicuous when I'm out in, you know, general public, I guess. So that's when I saw one of these, and little disclosure, I kind of already opened it. I already had my initial reaction, but I stopped immediately because I wanted to give it to you guys. Which, this is the product right here. Okay, if we can see it, let's get it focused, there we go. It is the MAGCLIP Go that actually goes on to the device itself. But here's the thing, when I ordered this, because they come in twos, or at least the one I ordered came in twos. This one, it only comes with one. And that threw me off. I don't know why I didn't think about it, why I didn't look at it, why I didn't read it beforehand. I just assumed it had two. That's a maybe, y'all. But I'm a little annoyed because I thought $19 for two of them? Cool, that sounds about right for this little thing. Nah, they're $19 a piece. So yes, I did already order another one because I tried it on. It's exactly what I want it to be. Let me show you. I'm definitely going to invest in a new chair at some point. This one's pretty loud, but here it is. So here is the actual microphone for my Go, and here's the piece I'm talking about. And the way that this works, I'm going to take off the actual magnet part, is this portion here. I don't know how well you can see that. This actually has two little clips on the back end that correspond to what's on here. So you slide that on. Now this looks as though those are clip, but very strong magnet. So what I can do is now put this inside my shirt, and voila, you can't see it at all, but it's right there, right where it should be, like to pick up the audio correctly. I'm not using it right now because I am using the G7X Mark II, which doesn't have the external mic input. Plus I want to talk to you and kind of show you while I'm working on it. Downside is it's heavy, so it's weighing my shirt down a little bit. And since this is black, it blends in. So if I'm wearing a different color, you're going to see it a little bit easier. So I think this is a great feature. I can't wait to actually try it out in public. Probably will use it tomorrow. We're going to do a comics and toy show tomorrow to walk around and check it out. But what I also got, to try and help out with this, I actually got another lavalier mic. This is the second one I've ordered from this brand. I like it. It's called Pop Voice. I got it on Amazon. The pros and cons are, the con is the cable's really long, which is also a good thing, so you can use it in multiple places. And it comes with a little adapter where you can actually use it on a phone or anything else that has a left, right, and microphone option. What we're doing here, the adapter is going to turn into a stereo, so left and right. So it's going to turn the three, I don't know how you can see that, left, right microphone into the black rings here, 1, 2, which is left and right channel sound. Downside to this one is it's very long as the adapter, so if you have it plugged into your belt clip or something, there's a chance you can bend it or what have you. I actually already kind of bent my other one that I have. Still works, but it's bent. So yeah, that's it. I was a little disappointed that it only came with one for that magnetic clip. I was really hoping for two. So I did order another one. It should be here before we embark on our trip here soon, because we are going to Disney and Universal Studios. And on that subject, we've been talking about it, dancing around it. What car are we going to take? Here's my pros and cons, just real quick. Con with the Explorer, it's big, it's harder to maneuver, it's harder for valets to park, for us to park, because in California those spots are a little smaller to try and get as many people into the hotel and the parks as possible. The pro is, it's so much easier to travel, everyone has more room, I get great gas mileage with it on the freeway, so I really have to fill up 3 times, but in California, those 3 times equate to about 50 to 60 bucks a pop, so that's no bueno. Pros and cons of taking the Tesla. The pro is, yeah, it's like $9 to $10 every time you stop to charge. Downside is you have to stop out every 120, 130 miles to charge. And in our particular case, it is a 471 mile trip, I believe, to, and 471 back. And we weren't sure what route we were going to go. I think we're going to go by way of Phoenix and actually spend the night in Phoenix on our way out there the night before. I'm getting older. I like to split up those trips. No more like 14-hour driving days for this guy. Give me like 4 or 5 hours. I'm good. But the con is we have to stop more, and let's say something happens where one of the charging outlets is down or what have you, you can't just pull over to another gas station. Although as you've seen some videos around YouTube right now, they are doing where non-Tesla vehicles can now charge at Tesla sites. And the only knock I have against that is they're taking up multiple parking spaces to do it, because all their charging units are like in the middle of the car or on the other side of the car. Whereas all the Tesla units were designed for us to back in and just plug in right there. Haven't encountered any problems yet, but we'll see. And I'm really excited. I just found out there's actually a new charging station between Tucson and Phoenix and off of a road called Toltec in Eloy, Arizona. And I can't wait to try it out. There's going to be way more bays than the current one in Casa Grande, which only has 5, if I remember correctly, 5 or 6. There's always a wait there when I go. So heck yeah, let's try out that new one. Hey, it's something new, it's something fun. So we debated those pros and cons. And my other con for taking the Tesla is our battery has degraded down from 272 range down to about 235. But after talking, I think we're going to go with the Tesla. So we get to try out the new charging station. We're going to charge a couple different stops on the way out there. So we get to have a fun little road trip here pretty soon. So last couple times we went, we've taken the Explorer now.
Now, back to the old tried and true Tesla Model 3. Alright guys, well thanks for tuning in. I know it's kind of a weird all over the place vlog. We had Charlie's birthday party, we ran some errands, we tried Peeps Cola, which, try it if you want to. I wasn't a huge fan. I should have listened to Ralph Garman over there on the Ralph Report. They said it was terrible. I should have listened, but we saw it in the store and we said, hey, why not? Let's give her a try. All in all, a lot of fun. Please take another ride with us again soon. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe down below. Leave your comments, whether you liked us, hated us, or whatever. And hopefully we'll take another ride again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.